In a few years' time, will the whole pro peloton be riding a bike that looks like this? This is the new Ridley Noah Fast. It got released yesterday, and it has a few very interesting features that we think give us a glimpse into the race bike of the future. However, here's 5 reasons why we hope that other race bikes don't follow suit, followed by 5 things that we do actually quite like about the new Ridley Noah Fast. So we'll kick off with 5 things that we don't like. Number 1 is the seat tube angle. So Ridley have come out with this new design. They've clearly designed it for their pro race team Uno X, and it's got a 76-degree angle seat tube, that's almost TT bike-esque. So current race bikes, something like the Tarmac SL8, something like the Lab 71 Cannondale Super 6, they've got about a 74-degree seat tube angle, and well, they are some of the best handling bikes in the world. They manage to balance that agility, the power transfer, and also a stable position for when you're descending. And by going steeper, I don't think that makes it better. Ridley say that they've done this for power transfer. I think that a lot of people, if you're not pro, are going to find this quite unstable on descents because you're just so far over the front end, and that's going to mess up your weight balance basically. So number 2, I just don't think that specialist bikes are as good for the general public. So this Noah Fast is undeniably, there's no apologies about this as an out and out aero bike. In fact, Ridley haven't even released any weights with the official press release, so we're assuming that it's not very light. Now that's absolutely fine. Aerodynamics make a huge difference, especially in the pro peloton where they're going at these crazy high speeds. And this new one will save you 8.5 watts at 50 kph, according to Ridley. However, it's fine if you're a pro. They will get a lightweight climbing bike for when they go to the mountains or on some hills, or want something a bit more comfortable. They will get the choice of 2 bikes, or sometimes more. And for the general consumer, that's £20,000, £30,000 worth of bike, which just is completely unreasonable. Whereas if you buy one of these do-it-all all-rounders, for example the Trek Madone that released last year over the summer, and you've got a bike that really can do everything. It's fast enough for Mads Pedersen in the sprints, and Ciccone is going to be riding it up the climbs as fast as just about everyone else. That means that you can buy one and you can use it for your race on a Tuesday and not be held back at all, and you can take it away on a summer trip, ride up some Alps, some big mountains, and you're not going to be held back there either. So yeah, I like the do-it-all style of bike. Number 3, the stack is too low for most people. We've already discussed the geometry a bit, but as you can see, the stem on this Ridley Noah Fast is sort of housed within the head tube, and that means you've got a really low stack. Obviously, Ridley have done this to make their pro riders faster. My back hurts just looking at it. Number 4, I think that its proportions just look a bit wrong. It's very front heavy. Lots of bikes have this deeper head tube at the front. That's clearly for aerodynamics. And they've also taken advantage of the UCI relaxing their 3-to-1 tube shape rule to an 8-to-1 tube shape rule. And what that basically means is that tubes on the bike can be 8 times as long as they are wide. So that means that you've got these super bladed forks that are really skinny, but are quite deep. And that's great for aerodynamics. I just think it looks, it's just not quite doing it for me. And therefore, I hope that other bikes don't follow suit. Let me know what you think of the new Ridley's looks down in the comment section below. And whilst you're there, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on lots more of the latest bike tech. Number 5, my final reason that I hope other bikes don't follow suit is it's ludicrously expensive. So this frame set, that you can get in 3 different colours, is £4,999. Now for that money you do get a set of integrated bars and a seat post, but even so, the S-Works Tarmac SL8 has an RRP of £4,500, and that is a bike that's not very well known for its value. In fact, it makes people quite angry how expensive it is, and this bike is £500 more. Yeah, not good. Things do get slightly better when you put components on this, actually. They somehow managed to make it, well, not cheaper, but it seems better value if you buy it as a whole bike. Luckily for Ridley, there are actually 5 things that we do quite like about the new Noah Fast. Number 1, it's one of the first road bikes that we've seen, Trek Madone being one of the very first, to have UDH. So this is SRAM's new universal derailleur hanger standard. We've seen it being, the uptake in mountain bikes is like very fast. Lots of the latest gravel bikes are coming with this. And road bikes, I think us roadies are just a little bit slower to jump on bandwagons, and we're a bit more traditional. The UDH looks like it's going to be the future of rear derailleur hangers across all bikes, and I think that's great. If we can actually have a standard, then that would be brilliant, because the bike industry isn't very good at that. And this should save your mech and your frame a bit more in crashes, and also opens up, maybe we'll see a road group set that uses like a T-type mech, a T-type mech, so that's SRAM's mountain bike group sets currently use one, and they're really robust. If you haven't seen a video on that, go and have a look, because they're seriously impressive. If us roadies can benefit from that, then absolutely great, we're keen. Number 2, now I don't completely agree with this quote from Ridley. In 2025, aerodynamics is everything. I think other things do matter quite a lot, like making a bike that's good value and comfort, and in some cases even weight. However, everyone can benefit from a more aerodynamic bike, or being more aerodynamic. You don't have to be a pro. Obviously, as you go faster and faster, the benefits, there's more to be had. But every rider that I know wants to not go faster, but wants to put in less energy for the same amount of speed. And the new Ridley is, according to them, 8.5 watts faster than the old Noah, which is quite a sizable difference, really. So fair play, Ridley. You've made quite, well, you've claimed to have made quite a fast bike. Number 3, and this is a big one actually, one thing that I really like about the new Ridley Noah is that you can go online, you can use the Ridley configurator, and you can choose how to spec your new bike. So you can choose the wheels, you can choose the saddle, you can choose your group set, and then most importantly, you can choose the sizes of all those things. So you can choose the width, the length of your cranks, you can choose your stem length, you can choose your stack, you can choose your handlebar width, and all these things are going to make far bigger difference to your performance and your comfort on a bike than the difference between any of the other top tier options. The difference between this bike and some other aero bike is a matter of watts, even at very high speeds. And the difference between the right width bars for you is potentially 20 watts, and the comfort that comes with it is humongous. So I think that obviously Ridley aren't the only people doing this, but I think that everyone needs to be doing this. All the bike brands in 2025 need to be offering the right width of bars for you, because if you're going out and spending over 10 grand on a bike, I think that's the least that they can do. They can at least make it fit you. So well done, Ridley. Number 4 is tyre clearance. So this new Noah Fast has space for up to 34mm tyres, which is, well, really pretty sizable for a race bike, and definitely for an aero race bike. So aero race bikes have a bit of a reputation for being uncomfortable, and that's why we see a lot of the pros switch to a more all-round road bike for Paris-Roubaix and the classic stages like that. Aero bikes, yeah, they're typically not the most comfortable, and to counteract that, you can put some wider tyres in them. apart from you never used to be able to put wider tyres in them. This new Noah, I don't think anyone wants to put more than 34mm tyres in a road bike. Obviously this future-proofs it a bit. I think that plenty of riders are now using 30mm tyres. Tadej Pogačar is using 30mm tyres. Lots of people want to use 32mm tyres for training. The Ridley can fit them, so that's another thing I like. And the final thing is that Ridley have spec'd this new Noah Fast with flare drops, which is something I'm a big fan of. It means that you can have they're narrower at the hoods, which can make you more aerodynamic. And then you can go on the drops for a descent or a sprint or something like that, and that is a more stable position. I like the feel of being a bit wider when I'm in the drops. So yeah, that's something I really like, and is something that it's just the way the industry seems to be going. So that's what I think of the new Ridley Noah Fast. What do you make of it? Let us know down in the comments section below. I genuinely am interested to hear your opinions and whether you agree or disagree with my ramblings. As always, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the latest bike releases. Give this video a like if you enjoyed this type of content, and we'll